Succession Explained, Season 1, Episode 3, Lifeboats. Kendall is acting CEO of Waystar Royco, but the company carries $3 billion in hidden debt secured against the stock price. When the stock falls below 130, the bank can legally demand immediate repayment the company doesn't have. Kendall must find a solution before the empire collapses. His father, Logan, is recovering from a stroke, controlled by wife Marcia, who blocks family access. Siobhan investigates her stepmother's mysterious past, while Roman attempts to assert authority as new COO. The debt crisis forces Kendall to choose between saving the company and preserving family control.
Kendall is acting CEO now, but the job came with a nightmare Logan never mentioned. $3 billion in hidden debt secured against the stock price.
What does secured against stock price actually mean?
There's a threshold, $130 per share. If the stock falls below that, the bank can legally demand immediate full repayment.
And the company doesn't have $3 billion sitting around to pay back?
Not even close. Which means if the stock drops, the entire company could collapse within days.
So Kendall inherits this title he's wanted for years and discovers the empire is one bad trading day away from total implosion. That's the position he's starting from.
And the stock is already falling. The stock breaches 130. This isn't a close call anymore. The covenant is triggered, and the bank that holds the debt can now demand full repayment.
Does the bank immediately call it in?
They send a representative, Mr. Polk, to meet with Kendall. It's essentially a negotiation about whether they'll exercise that right.
And Kendall tries to handle it aggressively, telling Polk to fuck off, essentially burning the bridge with the lender instead of negotiating carefully.
Which creates a worse problem. Now he needs to find billions elsewhere, and fast.
Who else is circling?
Sandy Furness, a rival media mogul, shows up offering a partnership, but it's predatory. He's not rescuing Waystar, he's trying to pick it apart while it's vulnerable. Kendall turns to Stewy, an old friend who runs a private equity fund. Stewy offers $4 billion, enough to solve the debt crisis completely.
But what does Stewy want in return?
Voting shares and a board seat. Not just passive investment, he wants real power inside the company.
And here's what that actually means for the family. They go from owning a majority of Waystar to owning just 36%. They're still the largest shareholder, but they no longer have majority control.
They have what Stewy calls effective control, meaning they're the biggest single block, but not over 50% anymore.
Does Kendall accept those terms?
Yes, because the alternative is bankruptcy and losing everything. He chooses saving the company over preserving the family's total control. It's survival, not victory.
Meanwhile, Shiv has been blocked from seeing her father by Marcia, who controls Logan's medical decisions. So Shiv commissions a background check on her stepmother.
What does she find?
Nothing. Literally no records before age 31. The mystery isn't what's in Marcia's past, it's that her past doesn't exist on paper.
And Marcia finds out about the investigation. She confronts Shiv directly, basically saying she could have just asked.
Does Shiv ever see Logan?
Eventually, yes. And Logan is improving. He's sitting up, watching news, more aware. When Kendall explains the private equity deal that saved the company, Logan's response is devastating.
What does he say?
He calls Kendall a fucking idiot. Those are among his first clear words after the stroke. Kendall saved Waystar from collapse, but he did it by fundamentally changing what Waystar is. The Roy family no longer has majority ownership of the empire Logan built.
Was there another option?
Not really. Bankruptcy would have meant losing everything. But that doesn't mean Logan would have made the same choice.
Logan built this company over decades with absolute control. Kendall just traded that control for survival, and Logan clearly thinks that's the wrong call. He'd rather risk collapse than dilute ownership.
And personally, Kendall's wife Rava ends their marriage definitively, telling him she's hired a lawyer. So the day Kendall rescues the company is also the day his personal life completely falls apart.
He saved Waystar, but the version he saved isn't the version Logan wanted, and the cost was everything else.
The lifeboat has new owners.
The family no longer controls the company Logan built. Stewy owns enough to block them. Logan is recovering.